Hi, welcome to Taylor Fitness. Ash on the mat. Today we are doing mostly upper body. We're going to work a little bit into the arms and shoulders today. So if you've not yet rolled out your mat, roll out your mat and we will get started. And we're going to start seated. We're going to start either with the legs crossed or with the feet together and the knees wider if you're more comfortable in this position. Just some stretches, just some ability to get us going today. So if we start with that lovely tall spine, stacking one vertebra on top of the other, lengthening through the crown of the head and drawing down through those shoulders. Let's take a moment, let's take a few breaths here. We're grounded through the sitting bones, breathing in through the nose. And breathing that out through the mouth, or you can sigh out that breath if you prefer. Let's take a few more. Breathing in and breathing that out, and just taking one more breath then here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're going to bring the hands to the shoulders to start, fingertips to shoulders. We're going to draw back through the elbows, giving the chin a little lift towards the ceiling, and then we round forwards, tapping the elbows together if we can. Breathing in as we open the throat, open the front of the shoulders, and breathing out as we draw the elbows down and front, in through nose back. And out through mouth to round it forwards. And we'll just do another 3 of that one. Inhale, open. And exhale, rounding forwards for 2. Breathing in, elbows back, chin lifting. Breathing out. If we can, we tap the elbows one more time. Breathing in to draw back. And breathing out to round forwards. And then from there, those shoulder circles. So we shrug the shoulders up a little bit with this one that you will be familiar with. We've done this before. Drawing the elbows forwards, up and back. Breathing steady breaths. And just for another 3 in that direction. For 2. And one more time. And then let's draw back from there. So we'll draw the elbows back and down in front. Maybe they tap together, maybe not. No worries if not. Let's do a few more. Loosening those shoulders for 3, for 2, and last one. And then from here we'll bring the arms out, so we're drawing the hands about level with the hips, little neck stretch, ear towards the shoulder, just try not to sort of sink into that shoulder there. We'll take a moment, take a breath here, and then gently we draw up and over to the other side, breathing in and breathing out. And then if we bring the head back to center, take a little look to one side, the chin above the shoulder, the spine nice and tall, full breath. And over to that other shoulder as well, breathing in and breathing out. And we're going to come onto hands and knees then from here. So if we make our way onto all fours, spreading fingers nice and wide, pushing through palms and fingertips. And we're going to start with our cat stretch, mobilizing that spine. We inhale, exhale, round up through the spine, tailbone tucking under. Inhale, drawing the stomach down towards the floor, lifting up the chin and the tailbone. And again, breathing out, round up through the spine, big push through the hands. And with the inhale, drawing stomach to floor, arch in the back, lengthening through that neck. Let's do just another 3, breathing out, 2, round. Looking towards your belly, and then breathing in, stomach towards the mat. I can't remember how many I've said now. I think I said 3. Rounding up. And inhale to the floor one more time. Breathing out as we round the spine. Constant press through the hands, widening across that upper back, and then drawing down to floor. And then we're going to tuck the toes under here and just take a little rock back. Bringing that weight out of the fingertips, less stress on the wrists. And then let's draw back again, and once again draw navel to mat. So we inhale here, and we exhale as we round up, rocking back, feeling a bit of stretch in the toes. And the inhale, we'll draw shoulders over, lift the chin and the tailbone, just 2 more. Breathing out, rounded spine, tailbone tucks to rock back. Breathing in, stomach towards the mat, chin and tailbone lifting one more time, then breathing out, round up, bottom towards the feet. And breathing in as we draw navel to mat, arch in the back. Okay, we're going to come down to our fronts from here for a moment. So gently, gently make your way down to your front. And then let's just bring the shoulders above the elbows here, nice parallel arms. Okay, so we start with these little lifts, pressing into the hands, pressing into the tops of the feet. We inhale, using the exhale to gently lift. Let's not come up too high. So we're starting to work into the back of the arms a little, the triceps. Drawing navel in, we're going to tap the elbows back down. We try not to drop here. Keeping the chin above the shoulders, breathing out as we press, breathing in as we lower. Breathing out. Breathing in. The elbows really just tapping the mat as we come down. Like you're trying to keep your navel off the floor with this one. And we'll do 3. Exhale, press. Inhale, back for 2. One more time with that one. And let's go as low as we can without touching the floor. So the elbows are pretty close to the floor. We're holding for a moment, feeling those triceps, back of arms. Let's take a deep breath here. And then we'll bring the elbows back down to the floor. Maybe give the fingers a little wiggle for a moment as well. Okay, let's come up once again. So this time we're going to come from lower. We're going to place the hands either side of the head. I like to bring the elbows and the forearms to the edges of the mat, so we're kind of parallel with the edge of the mat there. We're going to hover the forehead off the floor. We're using the head as a weight for the arms. We inhale and we exhale. We're lifting again. Pressing into the forearms, into the hands. The elbows leave the mat for a moment. We draw the navel to the spine for an inhale. And we exhale, coming down, elbows, stomach, chest, but not head. Head away again for those arms. Inhale. As you exhale, begin to press into the arms. Elbows are on the floor right until the very last moment. We're not too high. We breathe in, navel to spine, making sure those shoulders haven't risen. And the exhale, drawing that back. So really starting to feel this now in the muscles in the backs of the arms, in those tries. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, we press. Lift in, chin above the shoulders, navel in for an inhale. Exhale, draw it down, elbows, stomach, ribs, chest, not forehead. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out as you start to press away from your mat. Coming up just a little way with those elbows. Let's inhale, hold it, pull the navel in. Ooh, and exhale, really controlling this back down. Elbows, belly, chest, and finally head. Okay, from here we're going to turn the head. Take the hands behind the back, lace the fingers, or just hold the wrist, either or. And then let's lift the hands away from the bottom, just to get a little bit of stretch here. Take a deep breath there. Doesn't matter if you're only lifting low with that one. See how that feels, don't force it though. And then we'll turn the head the other way and do that same stretch with the other cheek on the mat. Don't forget to breathe. Lift in, maybe we go a little higher, maybe not. Take a nice big juicy breath. And then we'll bring the hands back down over the bottom. Forehead to floor, hands under chest. We're pushing up, so I'll tuck those toes under. Nice strong press into the palms. A seat back on the heels into child's pose. We're going to widen the arms a little here. Feel a bit more stretch around the chest, around the armpits. So breathe in, big, beautiful, juicy breaths here as well. Just for one more. Okay. Now from here we're going to do some box press ups. So the box press ups, we're back to hands and knees. We are taking the hands wider. Now my mat is quite wide, but you might want to bring the hands a little bit wider. We ideally want the hands to be wider than the shoulders to work into the muscles in the chest. So let's pull stomach muscles in, bring the hands wider. I'm going to start with some press ups here. And we're going to take an inhale as we bend and an exhale as we press. What we want to avoid really is bending and bringing the head between the hands. We want that weight over so the heart comes down between the hands. All right, we're going to inhale, bend, elbows drive outwards, exhale, press. Now you might not be going quite as low today, just see how it feels. Inhale, bend, use the exhale to press away from that mat. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's avoid locking those elbows. Inhale, bend, and exhale, press. So if you're really comfortable with this one, you can of course extend the legs back and come into a plank position. Inhale, bend, exhale, push even. Inhale, bend, exhale, push. We have just 2 more. I'm going to stay with these for the moment. Hands and knees is just fine though. 1 more time, inhale, bend. Exhale to push. If your knees are not down, bring those knees in. Walk the hands back towards the knees. Give the wrists a good shake off. Give them a little wiggle there. Okay, now let's come back to fronts again. So we're going to come down onto the forearms once again. We're coming in with some planks here. Now the elbows are under the shoulders, the toes are tucked under, and we are avoiding that sinking. We inhale. As we exhale, we start to lift through the stomach, the hips. Maybe you keep the knees down today if you're able to lift the knees off the floor. Just watch out for a lift in the bottom here. We're going to breathe, hold in 5, 4, so a little bit more into those shoulders, but waking up the abdominals, the lower body as well. 3, 2, 1, I'm terrible counter. And then bring the knees down and tuck the toes, lower the hips. Ooh, we're going to take a moment before we do that again. So let's make sure we're not sinking. Pulling abs in, toes are under. We inhale. We exhale as we start to lift. And bringing the knees off the floor, just holding that plank. If it's too much, knees can come back down. Breathing and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently place the knees down with control. Let's lower the hips and tuck the toes. This time we're lifting the elbows off the floor. Nice parallel arms still, chin above the shoulders. Inhale, navel to spine. And exhale to lower those elbows. Let's do just 1 more. Toes under, breathe in. Breathe out, lift from the stomach, then the hips. Knees optional. We do if we can though. And we're breathing, holding a little longer. 10, 9, 8, looking towards the hands. 7, just watching out for that dipping chin. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down, toes untucked. We're going to lift the elbows like we did on that previous one. Elbows off the mat, soft elbows here. Oh, take a nice big inhale, navel to spine. And exhale to come all the way back down. Ooh, we'll bring the hands under the chest. Let's push off the mat. Take a seat back on the heels. Getting that nice stretch once again there. With the breath flowing, always with the breath flowing. Really releasing any tension with those exhales. We'll take 1 more breath here. Okay, now we're going to walk the hands back towards the legs from there. Maybe give the arms, the wrists and the fingers a little shake, a little wiggle off. And then we are going to come and take a seat sort of on our sides here. So I'm going to get you to bring your hand right in towards your hip. Fingertips facing away from you, and we're going to push through this palm and lift up and over. Now we come up off the mat, extending the arm over, and then just drawing that back down to floor. We inhale, lift. And we exhale to lower. So as we lift, we want the shoulder to be above that supporting hand. If we were to take the hand out, it definitely wouldn't be. Let's do just 3. Inhale up. And exhale it back down for 2. Leaving space between the shoulder and the head on that lifting arm even. Inhale up. And exhale to bring that down. Now we're going to switch sides. So we'll come on over, twist the legs over. Bring the hand nice and close to the hip for shoulder over hand, fingertips facing away from you. And then once again we lift, we breathe in, lift in, extending over. Nice side. Extension, reaching up and over, breathe in. Breathe out to lower. We've got 4. And 3. Once again, there's space between the shoulder and the head. We don't bring the shoulder, all the way in. I think we've got 1 more. I'm terrible at counting today. Inhale, lift. And exhale to draw that back down. And we'll come down to our backs from there. So if we shuffle forwards a little bit, do our usual roll down. We can have the hands behind the knees or arms out. We inhale. Exhale as we start to lean. And then coming back to bring the hands, the elbows to the floor. I did say we're coming to backs, didn't I? Quick change of plan. So let's draw navel to spine here. And then let's lift up through the legs. Holding in this position. Now we do want abs in, chin away from the chest there, keeping a lifted chest. And then we're just tapping one foot down and bringing that back in from there. So we still have weight through the arms. Yeah, but just working a little bit into those abdominals, a little bit into the front of the thighs as well. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, hinging at the hips with this movement. And we'll do just one more on each leg. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now for a little extra challenge today, we're going to bring the feet to the floor and see if we can take one hand over the knee. Reach, reach, back, back. And then we'll just switch it. Reach, reach, back, back. Alternating arms. This really doesn't look like much at all, but it definitely works into those stomach muscles. Avoid sinking as you draw back, still with that lifted chest, lifted chin. Breath is flowing, and legs are steady. We try not to lift too high with this one, just the hand above the knee. Ooh. And we'll do one more on each arm. Reach, reach, back, back. Last time, reach, reach, back, back. Okay, we're going to push off the mat from here, press away from the mat, give the wrists and fingers a shake off again. Take a nice big reach above the shoulders and an inhale. And then the exhale, a little dive towards the feet there. Just relaxing for a moment, feeling that rounded spine, releasing the lower back. Lovely deep breath here as well. One more breath there. And then just a little bit more for the stomach and a little bit of loosening for the arms as well. I'm going to turn this way so you can see a little bit of what's going on. The feet are on the floor, fairly narrow on the inside of the hips. I'm going to bring the arms out in front. We're going to take a little lean back, scooping in those stomach muscles, watching out for shruggy shoulders. And let's circle the arms. So we raise the hands above the shoulders and draw around from there. We then go the other way. So we're going to go out to the side, lift and draw back down. And let's inhale up and exhale round. Inhale out, lift and exhale down, trying to keep the legs nice and steady. Oh, feeling that pull into the stomach muscles, navel to spine for 4. And 3. Oops, and the wall for 2. That was that big reach to fingertips I was doing. One more. Inhale out. Lift and exhale to draw that down. Now come back to sitting from there. I'm just showing you from the back so you can see we're reaching between the shoulder blades to get that little tricep stretch after working those tris today. And we're reaching down between the shoulder blades, pressing on the elbow or the upper arm, either or. Let's take a moment, take a breath. And then we're actually going to bring this hand off the elbow or upper arm, bring it behind the back to bring the fingertips towards the fingertips. So you're pressing the back of the hand into your body, really feeling that in the front of the shoulder, still reaching down the back with the other hand as well. We'll give the chin a little lift, pressing the back of the head into the arm. That should feel real nice. Take a deep breath there. Okay, let's switch this over. So we'll reach between the shoulder blades first, using this hand to press on the elbow or upper arm. Take in a breath or 2. Sitting nice and tall, trying not to slouch here, keeping that lovely tall spine. And then we'll go hand going back, reaching. Don't worry, fingertips out touching, not a problem, but let's press the back of the hand into the body on the arm that we've just taken behind us. Breath is flowing. Just feeling that really nice stretch in the front of the shoulder as well as the tricep. One more deep breath here will do lovely. Okay, and we'll bring that in, give it a little shake off. As always, 3 deep breaths to finish. Let's bring the arms out, palms to face the ceiling. We inhale above the shoulders and we exhale to release. Inhale to lift and exhale to release. One more time, breathing in as we lift, breathing out as we release that down. And that is our workout for today. Thank you very much for joining me, Ash on the mat. Have a lovely rest of your day, and any suggestions, please do comment, please subscribe to this channel and like the channel. I'd love that. Thank you very much.